Hey there, everybody. I hope that you are having a good day. I am always looking forward to the Take 5 Art Challenge, and the ladies release their videos. I think that's at the end of each month. They release their videos for the next month. So the prompts for the March Take 5 Art Challenge, and it's organized by Leanne and some of her lady friends. And it's always nice to get these prompts because there are only 5 things to work with. And you know how much I love simplicity. These prompts were chosen by Kira. And it's washi tape, flowers, doodling, tissue, and border. So we're going to start. What I'm going to do is probably do some ATCs for my patrons over at Patreon. So I think that is kind of what I'm going to start. I'm going to build the cards by using some tissue, and in my case I'm going to use napkins. Let me find something to, there we go. So we're just going to Mod Podge these on. I got some Mod Podge yesterday. Went to the Dollar Tree to get Mod Podge. You can get 2 ounces of Mod Podge at the Dollar Tree for $1. Or you can go over to Michael's and pay twice as much for it. So I always get mine in the small bottles, but then that kind of leaves me with the quandary of what to do. You know, because that's a plastic object, but I can recycle it, which I usually do. But now I'm kind of thinking I might like to do something with those bottles. Isn't this napkin lovely? I am so fortunate because people send me napkins and it's like, oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. I mean, who would have thought that napkins, you know, napkins are elevated to an art form. I also chose this napkin because it has a lot of negative space in it. So it wasn't, you know, it wasn't like a busy kind of pattern. And I liked that. So let's stick these on, and I'm just using some, I think they call it sub 20. No, that's not right. What is this stuff? It's like a, I know what it is. My friend Daryl gave it to me. It's a, they use it for a cover, you know, when you're in the corporate Anna and you have to do reports and you have to use a cover for the reports. So that's what this paper is. Someone was cleaning out an office and he said, hey, they got lots of paper over here. And I was like, bring it here. Bring it over here. We can use it. All right. So we have this kind of all Mod Podge down. I have a tiny strip right here that I need to cover. Let's just tear this off right here and bring that down. I hope y'all can see okay. Sorry. There we go, that's better. I have to stand up to see. I don't have a monitor. Okay. All right, we've got that done. I'm going to let this dry. I might have to hit it with a heat tool, but we'll see how far we get while we are doing the other prompts for the Take 5 Art Challenge. Let's see. So I have done tissue. I'm going to mark that off my list. Okay, the next thing that I want to do is I am going to doodle some flowers. And the way that I am going to doodle my flowers is I'm using what I like to call, and I'm not sure. What you doing, buddy? Sorry, Crump just came in. Hang on just a second. Close the door. I call it whitewash. take a piece of vintage paper. In this case, it's 1923. It's paper from the Larkin Housewives Cookbook. And I just hit it really quickly with some white paint. Now, you know, if you have gesso, then gesso's great, but I don't have gesso. So I just used some white paint on here. It makes a really nice surface to have fun with. So what I'm going to do, I am going to doodle some flowers. I like to doodle flowers. So I start out like that, and I'll go back over this with a marker. So they're just kind of like these swirl patterns, and I might be making them too big. I forgot what I was doing. I think I might be making ATCs, so I will. And then do this one. So you start with a circle and then you just bring it out a little bit further. Like that. They're very wonky. And I like them because they're wonky. I like wonky. And then I'm going to give it a bit of a stem. And a little wonky leaf. Let me grab an ATC just to make sure that that's, I think it's going to be oh, okay, it fits. Cool that. Where is my Sharpie? Where's my Sharpie? All right, so we're going to go back in and kind of just marker it in. We don't even have to follow the lines that we made the first time. I was just kind of trying to, I was trying to be proper, but you know how that goes. Okay, there we go. And then let's do the very last one. All right, I'm going to let that dry for just a minute. Like that. I even like the way you can kind of see the pencil marks in the back. While this is drying, let's check on our napkin, our tissue part of the challenge, and it's still kind of damp. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to hit this with a heat tool. I am not going to pause because when I pause, I just lose the footage. So, da 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 da. And while we're drying this, let's just give this a little bit of a dry as well, because when we markered on the whitewashed text page, we did kind of activate the white paint that's on here. I'm just going to dry that a little bit too. Okay, now I'm going to get out my paper cutter and go ahead and cut these into, I need to put a top on that first. This is the greatest little thing to put, oh darn, I don't know where the top is. Oh, there it is. Chris gets tape to work on his cars in these little containers, and it makes it a nice little place for your extra Mod Podge. All right, now I think we're done with this as well. Let's go ahead and trim up this piece into some ATCs. I love art trading cards. I think that whoever invented those was just so smart. I love the idea of doing a petite little art piece, you know, to send to somebody. My mom loves them. She has an all occasion tree that's in her living room, and she keeps lights on it, and you know, at Christmas she'll put balls on it, and Easter she puts little Easter things on it, and she tucks my cards into the branches. She tucks these ATCs into the branches of that, and it really is super cool. All right, 2.5 by 3.5. Yay, it was dry. Happy, happy, happy. Sorry about the bouncing. One of these days I will have proper equipment. Right now we just use what we have, which means I have a little tripod that attaches to my table. It's super cool. I really like it. Very convenient. All right, I'm keeping these because I need some border pieces for these cards for the Take 5 Art Challenge. Darn, that's a little damp. They turned out kind of cool, didn't they? Unusual look about them. Okay, so that's 6 that we have here. I am very happy to be doing this today. Today is the day that we say an official goodbye to our friend who passed away last week. So it's good to be doing some art. Very therapeutic. All right, guys. I've got my ATCs cut. Putting away my cutting board. And the next thing that I want to do is color in this doodled flower. Close your eyes. I'm going to take you in just a little bit. There we go. And I'm just going to use some Prismacolors. You can use whatever you want. And the cool thing about these is you can color them funky colors. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with some yellow. Some sunny, happy yellow on probably not such a happy day. My son is speaking at the memorial for his friend today. And they are just very much in my thoughts. Very much in my thoughts. Okay, and now we have, again, you know, when you're coloring on this whitewash, it does kind of activate the white paint that you used. But, you know, I mean, it's cool. It's not like that big a deal. It kind of makes everything that you're doing very kind of unique looking. I don't mind it at all. If you're fussy about your markers, you might want to be careful though. But these Prismacolor markers I've had for about 5 years. They are so cool. They really, really have lasted a long time, and I've probably kind of put them through the ringer, definitely. And we'll color the stem down here. Now, what I want to do is cut that out because it will go on my little ATC. I'll only do one, you know, so, I mean, you guys get the idea. I hope you'll try the doodled flowers. They're kind of fun. I'm going to cut around here and then cut a little bit better. I have been cutting a lot in my my digits don't want to cooperate sometimes. They get very uncooperative. It's not really so much my digits as the top of my hand. What is that all about? That's super to be 60. Really is super to be 60 because some people didn't make it this far. All right. I was so enamored with the Take 5 Art Challenge when I first found it that I actually went back and did the challenge, you know, for each month. I think I found it at the end of 2018 and kind of just, no, it was 2017. Is that right? I can't remember now. But anyway, I went, yeah, it was 2017. I went back and just kind of binged watched all of those videos. It's just so nice to run across a challenge that doesn't say, you know, doesn't give you a list of 15 things that you have to have or go buy. You know, I'm not a consumer, so it's really nice to not, you know, you don't have to go buy anything. All right, we are going to Mod Podge the flower onto the card, just like that. And, you know, depending on the kind of markers you use, you might get a little bit of, you know, might get a little bit of color on the background. That's okay. Just kind of makes it look more distressed, doesn't it? All right. Oh crap. I'm sorry, y'all. There we go. Okay, let's see. Let me go back to my list. Okay, we've done the doodling. We've done the flowers. The next is washi and border. For the border, I have some washi. It says love, laugh, live. So I think that this will be our washi, and I think for the border, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. This isn't quite a border, but I think it's what I'm going to use. Just going to tear a little bit of this 1928. I bet this book is going, what is going on? We sat on a shelf for so long and now we're being very active again. I'm going to put that here. And I'm going to say that's a border. And then for the washi element, we're going to use the laugh, live, love. I should have probably cut over just a little bit. There we go. All right, you guys. And that is my, I still should have, I'm just going to have to cut this off now because there we go. No big deal. And that is my Take 5 Art Challenge. Again, I will post Leanne's, a link to Leanne's Take 5 challenge. And then from there, you can discover the rest of the wonderful ladies who do this challenge. The March challenge was washi, flowers, doodling, tissue, and border. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.